sollte das Mikro vielleicht auch wieder anmachen. So. Dankeschön, Johnsy. Dankeschön, Volker. So, ich hoffe, jetzt hört er mich. Na, jetzt immer noch kein Ton? Ah, super. Wunderbar. Kurzer Moment der latenten Panik. So, ich dachte, ich habe mich verhauen. Super. Also erstmal schön, dass ihr alle oder so zahlreich da seid. Ne? Das war jetzt eine Nacht- und Nebel-Aktion mit Slay the Princess. Eigentlich sollte es am Donnerstag weitergehen. Hatte ich gerade gesagt, ich hole einfach nochmal aus. Auch das war ja eigentlich nur ein Notfallplan. Und da sind aber Dinge dazwischen gekommen. Deswegen wurde es abgeblasen. Und ja, da ich irgendwie heute nichts mehr mit mir anzufangen weiß, dachte ich, jetzt ist ein guter Zeitpunkt, um den Stream nachzuholen. Das heißt, heute gibt es den zweiten Teil von Slay the Princess. Und wenn alles so läuft, wie ich mir das denke, auch den letzten Teil, weil es gibt halt ziemlich viele Enden in dem Spiel und das wäre ja Quatsch, wenn ich jetzt irgendwie alle euch vorweg spiele. Meine Hoffnung ist, eins der Enden zu erreichen, ne, und dann widme ich mich einem neuen Projekt und lasse euch alle dieses hoffentlich wunderschöne Spiel spielen. Also wunderschön ist das Spiel, aber hoffentlich spielt ihr es vielleicht auch, ne, so wie der Totte zum Beispiel. Genau. So. Ja, in dem Sinne, ich starte einfach mal. Schau mal hier. Es gibt wieder die Inhaltswarnung. Wie gesagt, wir hatten eine Spielsitzung schon gemacht. Die gibt es aktuell auch noch auf Twitch zum Nachholen. Wahrscheinlich werde ich beide Folgen auch auf unseren YouTube-Kanal packen. Könnt ihr ja, weiß nicht, in die Kommentare schreiben oder in den Chat schreiben, ne, ob ihr Bock drauf habt. Oder ob das einfach auf Twitch bleiben soll und irgendwann den Weg des Zeitlichen gehen soll. Genau, als Leseerzähler, ne, der hat sich beim letzten Mal sehr beliebt gemacht. Und hallo Pardon, schön, dass du vorbeischaust. Ja, ne, deswegen werde ich jetzt auch gar nicht so viel schnacken. Ich werde wieder im ersten Durchgang gucken, dass ich nicht zu viel von den Texten skippe. Einfach für die Leute, die vielleicht diesmal das erste Mal einschalten, ne, damit die nicht komplett lost sind. Und dann eher beim zweiten oder dritten Durchgang, ihr werdet sehen, was ich meine, da dann entsprechende Dialoge halt skippe. Okay, jetzt muss ich das kann ich auch beim letzten Mal so lange gewartet habe. Ich gehe mal Fortsetzung.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Habe ich schon irgendwie vermisst.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Achso, und hallo Cookie, hallo Volker, hallo Johnsy, hatte ich ja gerade, da war ich noch gemutet, damit hier niemand untergeht. Diesmal kann ich ja auch so ein bisschen im Auf den Chat gucken, beim Rollenspiel kriege ich das nie hin. So.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Ich werde am Anfang auch mal wieder so ein paar von diesen Textdialogen einfach mal durchgehen, in der Hoffnung, dass es mich wieder auf eine andere Facette der Prinzessin bringt.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Ist von der Lautstärke alles soweit gut?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Danke, Johnsy.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her. Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Hallo Ivy, schön, dass du reinschaust.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Bei mir ist alles gut soweit. Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut, Ivy.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Klingt super. Also nicht das mit den Kopfschmerzen und dem Müde natürlich. Ne? Also hoffentlich gehen die auch schnell weg. Ne? Und Volker, fühl du dich mal gedrückt. Also. Aber klingt gut, ne? Dass du vorankommst. Also ich weiß gar nicht, ob du irgendwas sagen kannst. Ich habe da sowas Leuten hören und gewisse Andeutungen aus meinem Kommentar auch entnommen. Hat es einen Bezug? Ja, okay. Ja, super, cool. Da freue ich mich drauf. Da bin ich sehr, sehr gespannt. Da hat übrigens Ivy ein sehr, sehr schönes Systemvorstellungsvideo zu gemacht. Zu Defiant. Das habe ich auch als PDF-Version. Ne? Und Ivy hat schon die physikalische Version von den Grundbuchen, wenn ich das richtig in Erinnerung habe. Und ich komme es erst durch den Kickstarter. Aber macht einen sehr, sehr schönen Eindruck. Ne? Also alle, die sich das mal angucken möchten, ich weiß eigentlich, zocke ich jetzt hier. Ich hoffe, der zeigt jetzt noch den richtigen Bildschirm. Aber ich werde mal ganz kurz fremdbildern. Und mal dezent im Stream. Da gibt es das zu bewundern. So, okay. Ja, also ich bin auf jeden Fall sehr, sehr gespannt, was das gibt. Auf die Prinzessin fokussieren. Die arme Prinzessin, da kommt endlich mal jemand die Treppe runter und dann erzählt er hier von Streams und gefallen.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Sehr gerne.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Wenn das gerade nicht klappt. Das ist komisch, dass das nicht. So. Ich hab's mal in unseren Discord gepackt. Bin ein bisschen irritiert. Normalerweise zieht er sich das immer direkt, wenn bei Drehbüchern was kommt. Muss ich nochmal gucken. Hab's da jetzt aber nicht gefunden von unseren Freunden. Aber ich hab's mal in den Couchtalk gepackt. Ne? Gerne. Entschuldigung, Prinzessin, ich bin
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Ah ja, ich erinnere mich.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Also beim letzten Mal habe ich die Prinzessin gekriegt. Oder bei einem der letzten Mal. Ich habe sie auch schon erschlagen, aber ich habe sie da davor erschlagen.
Without hesitation, bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure.
Ich auch nicht.
Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Okay. Das nenne ich mal ursächliche Entscheidung.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around. You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, die Hexe.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Muss ich irgendwo mal. Ich bin jetzt mal viel zu selten gemacht.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Aha.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, you can trust us to get the job done.
Genau, vertrau dem nur bitte.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right? Oh, I'm sure we look great. If only there was some sort of reflective surface we could examine. Absolute shame there isn't anything like that around here. You do see it, right? I don't know how to read you. I see all sorts of things. But do you see the mirror? It's a simple yes or no question. Help me out here, will you? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone. You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Okay.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Ja.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Ja, wirklich nur ein Missverständnis.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
Ja, das stimmt. Volker, nachdem du weg warst beim letzten Mal, ne, da kam genau die Facette so. Und der Dungeon, der genau richtig gewesen wäre. Genau so.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Irgendwie der Opportunist und der Held, die quatschen diesmal so viel.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it. I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Oh, okay.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her. You can't be serious.
Oh, cool. Wie war das mit Vertrauen?
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I, abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Das hier ist keine Demokratie.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
I don't know.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Oh. Ja, ins Auge, okay. Alles klar. Ich will einfach mal. Das ist mal alles auf die Karte.
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we? If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steels her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart. What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it! I got you! You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern.
Oh.
Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ja, die hatte halt wirklich was von einer Katze. Fand ich auch sehr cool. Hand your power to a suspicious character.
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us. I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it.
Ich bin... Moment. Es ist nicht alles schwarz und der Opportunist ist nicht da.
Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out.
Und dann aber ja.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument. Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future. Ho ho, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Travelling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to?
Das ist, glaube ich, das erste Mal, dass wir zwei begleiten. Also mal vom Helden abgesehen und vom Erzähler. Opportunist.
Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love. She hates us. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right, in which case I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom.
Ich hab Mist, bin Schleimer.
Oh, are you now? Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through. Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her. You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except the thoughts of her. It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it... Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers.
No.
Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side. You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here. Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place, and that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward. Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it? You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features. It went away when we touched it last time. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are.
Ich glaube auch nicht, dass wir gemeinsam sind. Na gut, das ist alles Ansichtssache.
Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh? I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter? Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her. We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. I see that the lines have been drawn. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
Der ist so geil.
Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion. That's right, what he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her.
Ja, definitiv.
And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys.
Ja, bisschen passender.
You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Schön. Mann, ganz tolle Erzählung.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends. Can we actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not.
Captain Cully. Schön, dass du reinschaust. Dir auch einen schönen Abend. Oder tollen Abend.
You know as well as I do that we can.
Oh.
And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge. Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
Oh, boah, ist das gemein. Oh, er hat's nicht anders verdient, der Erzähler.
You lean in and you kiss her. and she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now? Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that. Ugh, fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance.
Ja, jetzt ziehen wir noch den Erzähler auf unserer Seite.
If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff. I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade.
Jetzt holt der Ergebnis raus.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
Yep.
Why is it so cold?
Stimmt, ne? Zweimal die Prinzessin. Aber
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. You'd better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
da draußen gibt es Bäume und Sterne und ich glaube, es leben dort auch Menschen.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist. This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart.
Ein vorsichtiges Herz. Oh.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore. No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Möglich.
If I did, I would already be awake. 1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude. These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Oh.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Bringet Dorn.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here to slay her.
So, jetzt mal überlegen. Na, was könnte der Weg zum nächsten sein? Ich könnte, ich weiß nicht, soll ich den Spielstand von gerade laden und mal versuchen, die Hexe rauszuführen aus der Hütte, ob sich da was ändert? Das wäre eine schnelle Möglichkeit eventuell. Nö? Nö. Okay. Okay.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. While I appreciate the mental exercise we are running up...
So, jetzt mach ich mal wieder dieses mit dem Skippen.
Does it? I'm talking about... Don't... Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go.
Klinge mitnehmen oder Klinge nicht? Klinge mitnehmen oder einfach in den Keller gehen? Ich glaube, einfach in den Keller gehen haben wir häufiger gemacht, als die Klinge mitzunehmen. Er ohne? Okay.
Don't be a stranger. It's been...
Oh, okay, ich habe mir jetzt...
Okay.
Soll ich es nochmal auf die nette Art machen und dann im zweiten Schritt gucken, welche anderen Möglichkeiten wir haben? Um vielleicht die Gewichtung von den netten Stellen zu erhöhen. Name, ne? Ja.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Ja.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late. The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me. I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Gute Nacht, Volker. Schlaf gut. Schön, dass du reingeguckt hast. Hallo, Kilonoko. Kilonoko, mein Gott. Schön, dass du reinschaust. Ja, sehr traurig.
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Gute Nacht, Ivy. Auch schön, dass du reingeschaut hast. Ne? Gute Besserung weiterhin mit deinem Kopf und möge die Motivation anhalten. Ich bin sehr, sehr gespannt. Und ja, ich bin mir auch sehr sicher, dass du es großartig machen wirst. Das glaube ich.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Oh, okay.
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Ja. So, und zum freundlichen Psychoblick. Hol die Klinge, in Ordnung, ich hol dich hier raus oder sperre sie im Keller ein. Hatten wir das schon mal gehabt? Weil das wäre ja eigentlich... Ja genau, wir versuchen es mal.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Oh oh. Das klingt immer wütender.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Oh, 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 oh.
slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Nein, nicht wirklich. Oh, ich merke gerade, dass mein Bild auch wieder viel zu groß für den Text ist. Nochmal wieder ein bisschen anpassen.
Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
Wir halten uns an den Plan.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
Gute Frage, wo die Klingel ist.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. And it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
Ja, das wär's. Das haben wir nicht brauchen.
No, it doesn't.
I can be innocent and harmless if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you.
You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have...
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ich glaube, jetzt...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Auch schon ganz anders.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ich glaube, jetzt sind wir in der dunkelsten Zeitlinie. Ja, ich bin gespannt, ob wir das vielleicht wieder zum Guten wenden können. Ich will auch hier nochmal speichern.
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh! What if he hears us?
Oh nein.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
Ah, ist das schön. Ich frage mich echt, wie viele von den Persönlichkeiten es gibt.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all. A warning before you go any further.
Ich würde jetzt mal, weil wir haben 21:51 Uhr, eine kurze Pause machen, um körperlichen Bedürfnissen nachzugehen. Und in knapp 5 Minuten bin ich wieder zurück. Und solange gibt es ein bisschen Musik von der lieben Schnetti. Und gleich geht's weiter. Bis gleich. So. Da bin ich wieder zurück. Zur Pause. So einen Pulli anziehen. Irgendwie wird es auch ein bisschen frisch. Und genau, John, du hast es gerade, glaube ich, nicht mitbekommen, weil du AFK warst. Aber wir haben jetzt den Paranoiden mit an Bord.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. don't believe a word she says. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Ich find das so schön, hier so rechts und links aus den Fenstern. Ich fühle mich dezent beobachtet.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done.
Ja, ich glaube, diesmal nehme ich das Messer auf jeden Fall.
So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it. Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died, you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Ich glaube, ich mache mal wieder das Spiegelgespräch. Mal gucken, was der Paranoia dazu sagt.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Yep, ja. Spielt keine Rolle.
But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
Willkommen zurück, Cookie. Wir sind jetzt in der Hütte. Und alles ist anders.
Exactly. Everything he's saying is carefully crafted lies. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. But there was a mirror a second ago. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad. You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
Bombe wäre auch schön.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Yep.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Ja, ich bin sicher.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Springen wir lieber zwischen den Stufen. Ich finde das auch gerade recht interessant. Aber vielleicht erstmal. Das direkt machen. Ja, könnte auch tödlich sein. Ja. Kann ja mal speichern. Ich bin ein bisschen neugierig. So, will aber nicht alles wieder von vorne machen. So. Testen wir das mal.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
Keine Ahnung.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Aber ich finde das so schön. Also ich kann mir bei dem die ganze Zeit wirklich das als Rollenspiel runter vorstellen. Mit dem Spiel halt.
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Oh Gott.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Schön.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Oh nein.
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your whistle sound as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Heart, lungs, liver.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Lungs, liver.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Heart, lungs, liver. She isn't attacking us. Heart. Why? Lungs. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Liver. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, 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 heart, lungs.
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Liver,
Ja,
nerves,
okay.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then...
Liver, nerves,
Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
heart, lungs.
I don't think I can live without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
Liver,
You seem miserable.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
Ach ja.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs. What? Liver, no! Nerves, heart.
Oh, you come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion. Nerves.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Lungs, liver. I don't trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive. Nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
What? Are you scared of turning your back to me? You don't have to be worried that I'm going to do something bad. You're too... Besides, what if I lost track of you and dropped the stairs on accident? I wouldn't want that to happen. And I don't think you'd want that to happen either. So go on. Go ahead.
She urges you forward, like one might a reluctant pet. You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles, an uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you. Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him. I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember? Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Heart, lungs, liver, nerve. Thank you. And you? Lungs, you'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Heart. Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon. You can still make this right. Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Oh, look at that. It's locked. What a relief for the world. Liver, nerves.
It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
Liver, nerves, heart. You pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out. You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you? Anyways, like he said, You're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
Shit. The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her. I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now or everything is over. Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do? Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. You're terrible at this. I know, but I'm doing my best. Yes, it's very hard to stay focused on running things when other people are talking to you, isn't it?
What are you doing?
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things.
Focus.
They were asking you for your blessing to trust me. Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy. Don't trust him. Really? So you'd have them trust her? Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it?
Ja, das wurde da.
I suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down. Thank you for your gracious show of support. But that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while our organs are intact. Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking. All right, I'm done. You can let me take over again. Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now, and I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay?
Nerves, heart, lungs.
Open the door!
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver,
Schlagen, verlassen.
lungs.
Ich habe das Gefühl, mit verlassen werden wir das Gefäß zur Entität bringen, auch wenn es nicht schön ist. Aber das wäre das 5. Gefäß.
Lungs,
Oder wir gucken, was passiert.
nerves, heart,
Schlagen.
lungs, liver, nerves,
Klingt auf jeden Fall.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
Ja, genau.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
Ich würde sagen, genau wie gerade bei dem Sprung nach unten, ich würde es jetzt einmal mit Erschlagen versuchen. Ja. Okay.
Nerves, heart,
Und wenn es dann wieder resettet, dann lade ich von hier und wir verlassen.
nerves, heart. Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. Lungs, liver, nerves. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart. Nerves. We did it. We actually did it. Nerves, heart.
You actually went for it! Oh, you're going to regret this! I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now!
Nerves, Can she?
Lungs, liver, nerves.
We've already seen how she can change. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. In her final moments, the princess lunges forward, tackling you, and you both plunge into the endless abyss of her basement labyrinth.
Liver.
As the two of you fall, you rip your blade from her chest, tightly clutching it in your hands.
Nerves. Heart.
Have fun falling forever. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves.
She tears herself away from you and tumbles away into the darkness. You are alone,
Liver.
and you are falling forever. But you saved the world.
Liver.
You should be proud of yourself for seeing this through.
Lungs. Liver.
Oh. I can stop now, can't I? I can. Finally. Are we really gonna fall forever? Can't you narrate us some stairs out of here? But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us. It means you're falling. Forever. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, I hate this. You continue to fall. Forever's gonna end. Eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. You continue to fall, and you will only continue to fall. I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever, though, does it? What do you mean? We still have a way out, clutched in our hands. Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before. Oh, that's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die? Because right now, you don't want us to do that. You're right. I don't. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care? I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours. Why? What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life. Exactly. I don't have to answer that. You could do a lot better than us. Exactly. You'll be fine here. Just come up with a game or something to pass the time. That's a grim thought, innit? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along. We don't have to starve to death falling through an infinite void. You have our way out. Use it. I don't like this, but I suppose there's not much I can do to stop you, is there? You raise the blade to your neck and slit your carotid artery. Here we go. You're on a path in the wood. Shit. This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
Tja, manchmal ist es gut, doch so krasse Ideen zu verfolgen.
We've tried doing it our way, and we've tried doing it his way. I think the only way left is hers. Are you suggesting we let her out? And why shouldn't we? It's obvious she's the one with the real power here. We might as well ingratiate ourselves to our terrifying new overlord. Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world. Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any way. If she gets out, the world ends and everyone ends with it, yourself included. See, it's that last part I'm not so sure about. We've ended twice now. We even ended her once, but it didn't matter, because it still threw us right back into these woods. This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same path in the woods anymore.
Ah, cool, jetzt ist der Opportunist und der Paranoiker.
That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really should have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright? Well then, if the world's rushing to an end, that's all the more reason for us to rush over to the cabin and make ourselves useful. It's all about making a good impression. If we're useful, there's a place for us. Suspiciously quick. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no.
Okay.
What does that mean? I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. All the more reason to side with her, really. It takes a bullshit artist to recognize a bullshit artist, and I'm one of the best in the business. So trust me when I say, he's full of it. They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it. You're making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever.
Zweimal?
Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point. Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't, and you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating. Do you see how little authority he has? He's practically just begging us at this point. She, at least, takes what she wants. She's inspirational, really. Everyone is manipulating us, but we're starting to see the threads now. We just have to avoid getting tangled up in them. You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. Of course we do. We've been over it. Find the one in charge, and make sure she knows how helpful we are. I don't like any of our options here. It feels like we're being driven down the tracks to some awful inevitability. There must be something we're missing, something that would make everything make sense. Maybe letting her out really is the answer. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care. The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Of course there isn't a mirror. There wasn't one last time either, so why would it be there this time? Let's be mindful of our position, boys. Without the knife, we lose part of our bargaining power. We should fold and beg for mercy as soon as we see her. I'm sure we have too much self-respect to do something so worm-like, right? We can always at least pretend to have a conversation as equals. We did kill her last time. Yeah, but she sort of let us do that, didn't she? And again, we don't have a blade. And look at the bright side, at least everybody knows exactly where worms stand in the pecking order. At the bottom, which is the most important part if you think about it, because it gives everybody else something to stand on, the bedrock, if you will. She'll understand the value of that. If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement. Are you saying there isn't a door? Are you saying that at the end of the hallway there's just an opening again? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening. It's just like last time, isn't it? Only instead of a visible empty void, there's an invisible one. For all we know, she could be standing right there behind the mirror. For all we know, she's going to jump out at us, and there's nothing we can do to stop her. Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you, and certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement. Oh, stop being such cowards, all of you. We know what we're going to do. We know what's going to happen to us. There's literally nothing to be afraid of. You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward, towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. Oh, do we? Do we feel like we're being watched? I hadn't noticed. At least you're admitting to it now. Who says being watched is a bad thing? If we haven't done anything wrong, we don't have anything to worry about. I'm sure she knows we're on her side. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. I hate that I know what's about to happen. Knowing makes it so much worse. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Oh, that was a close one. All that stress and lead up for nothing.
Hopelessly staring into the void. I'm glad I made a lasting impression.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then it, she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap. Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
Oh, creepy. Aber interessant, jetzt auch mal so die Beine.
You killed me last time, and that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom, but then you took my body away from me. So now, I'm going to take yours, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it, completely helpless, just like you left me.
Great, we're all on the same page then. The important part now is that we let her know that we're completely on board with this. Are we? She clearly hates us. I'm not sure letting her in is a good idea. Not like this. Oh, don't have second thoughts. This has to happen. It's clearly the only way we save our skin and get out of here. Ignore him. Have those second thoughts. Have them now.
See? That wasn't so hard. And maybe this will make it hurt a little less. Maybe.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle.
Oh, this is creepy.
Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. Look, she's mad at us, I get it, but it's nothing we can't clear up after she possesses our body. Don't worry, I'm what you might call a smooth talker. I'll iron things out. Oh, will you now? With her like that? Good luck with that. Doesn't seem like she's too keen on forgiveness. Okay, deep breath. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Is it? Is there any conceivable way that this is fine? Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than last time. At least our organs aren't failing. At least I can actually talk. Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake, eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support.
Ouch.
I'd beg you to resist, but you've already surrendered your will to her, haven't you? You're the puppet master here. If this is the only way we could cut ourselves free from you, so be it. Yeah, just like I told you we would. We're here to make things right. And the first step in making things right is admitting when you're wrong.
There's nothing wrong with fixing your mistakes. I'll remember that. But I'll also never forget what you've done.
Your body inches along the corridor, every step more difficult and painful than the last. Your joints stiff and unresponsive, the shattered bones of your ankle grinding ceaselessly, as if they're fragmenting, then reforming, then snapping all over again as you make your way towards the outside world. But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer. If anything, it's getting further away.
It doesn't matter how long this hallway is. I will drag this body into a little case of meat and feathers. I will be free.
Please, just let her out.
Yes, let me out.
It's pointless, isn't it? I can't stop her without you, and you'd already given up by the time we met. No, screw that. The hallway gets even longer.
You had described me into submission. The door is right there.
It really is, isn't it?
I walked to it. I placed your bloody hand on the door. I made you twist the handle.
Isn't saying all of this his job?
It's gone.
Okay.
Don't worry about all the criticism. You're doing great.
Thank you.
This is it then. The big moment. Finally, we'll get to see what's really out there.
The handle clicks as we push forward. The air is different here.
Ja, muss ich auch sagen. Also das war jetzt gerade so extrem fies, dass sie in die Rolle der Erzählerin schlüpft. Vor allem diese Stimme.
We're us again. Couldn't have planned it better myself. Everything is gone. Except her. Which means we made it to the end of the world. We're survivors.
What is happening to me?
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we... Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy. Can't even trust ourselves.
Du bist rein gar nichts.
I think you know what I am.
Interessant.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Hatte ein bisschen was vom Rahmen, ja. Das sieht schon aus wie eine Rabe irgendwie auf der anderen Seite, oder?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save. No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is? Construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through.
Aber auf der Mauszeige ist jetzt so ein bisschen so ein Rabenkopf. Aber ja, ne, hat Zähne.
The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world.
So ein bisschen was für eine Mischung zwischen Wolf und...
But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore. I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore. Her nature is to become what others perceive her to be. If you actually knew what she was, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world. Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
Boah, das ist so krass. Es kommen jedes Mal neue.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though. I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change. then help me again. We are each other's liberation. You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being. And through your lack of one, you too were consumed. Yet together, we were able to create something beautiful. Your lover tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back. Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can move together, hand in loving hand. If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray? And that is what I want too, to protect them from the horrors of an eternity without me. Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. After all the times you told me that mirror was going to kill me, I'm genuinely surprised you missed me. But you don't have to get into all that. I'm here now. That's what matters. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Okay.
Do you need me to describe things? Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Okay, hören wir mal auf ihn. Aber ich glaube, ich werde mal speichern.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go? No. I feel like I'm myself again. Honestly, me neither.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out?
What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
Neither do I, but we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know, but odds are we've probably done it before. Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too. Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Schwierig.
Yeah, I think it's too late for that.
but maybe next time.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Ich glaube, ich würde es, also je nachdem wie lange es jetzt geht, ne, aber würde ich danach nochmal ohne das Messer runtergehen.
Oh, I love you too.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ich werde jetzt tatsächlich den letzten Spielstand laden. Das macht mich gerade echt bekloppt. Ich werde noch einmal hier speichern. Aber...
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Ja, danach werde ich auch definitiv.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time? And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Oh, schön.
The first time we met, I cut your throat open. If anyone should be apologizing for anything, it should be me. You were only trying to help.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back. Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin. I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that. I never had one. And do not call me the shifting mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you. I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you.
Würde ich niemals tun.
And I don't want to be her, if that's what you're asking. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either. Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean? I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Das ist aber nicht süß. Oh Gott.
Don't mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you. I love you too. But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
voll schönes Ende. Da fand ich jetzt total emotional. Muss ich erstmal sacken. Aber schön. Also das war, also gerade zum Ende mit den restlichen Gefäßen und so, wurde es halt also super interessantes Spiel. Also ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass das immer so unterschiedlich sich entwickelt, und man halt nicht genau weiß, was da kommt, und auch die Tiefe halt eben von den Dialogen und von witzig bis unheimlich, aber nur halt einfach irgendwie tief. Also das gefällt mir richtig, richtig gut. Und vor allen Dingen, dass man halt eben so viele Entscheidungen treffen kann. Ach ja. Nee, wenn jetzt noch was Fieses kommt, so dann nix, kündige ich. Jetzt der Schlange. Finish the game. The good ending doesn't come. Zeichen unserer Dankbarkeit findest du hier die Tracklist für eine besondere Playlist. Nur für dich. Falls du einen Screenshot aufnehmen möchtest, kannst du die Benutzeroberfläche mit H ausblenden. Auch das mache ich ja. Sehr schön. Wenn du das erste Mal abgeschlossen hast, hast du die Galerie freigeschaltet. Du kannst nun alles Erinnerungen auf sie zugreifen. Da findest du eine Menge Hinweise, die dir helfen, weitere Gefäße und Interaktionen zu entdecken. Viel Spaß beim Besuchen. Und das ist ja das Verrückte, ne? Also, dass es eben eins der Enden ist und dass es wahrscheinlich auch noch zig andere Gefäße gibt. Erstelle deine Playlist. Ach krass, okay. Der macht wirklich eine Playlist auf, ne? Ich glaube, das könnt ihr wahrscheinlich nicht sehen. Cool. Aber auf Spotify ist jetzt gerade eine Playlist aufgegangen mit den Stücken. So, da mache ich aber jetzt Kehre zum Hauptmenü wieder zurück. Ich will einmal nur gucken, wie es aussieht. Ah. Oh, krass. Okay. Ja, yeah, sehr, sehr gerne. Ne, also vielen Dank, ne, dass ihr bis zum Ende am Ball geblieben seid, ne, und mir Gesellschaft geleistet habt. Und vor allen Dingen mir auch einige harte Entscheidungen abgenommen habt und mich inspiriert habt, ne, oder ich einfach mal auf eure Entscheidungen hören konnte. War richtig schön. Also ich bin total begeistert von dem Spiel. Richtig, richtig schönes Spiel. Genau, ne, in dem Sinne, es hat geklappt, im zweiten Anlauf zu einem Ende gekommen. Ne, Es geht am Montag, geht es weiter bei uns um 20 Uhr mit Dieseldrachen, Runde 2. Und ich habe heute schon ein bisschen mit Volker gewitzelt, dem Gefühl mit dem Tempo, was wir beim letzten Mal hatten, dass es vielleicht sogar 3 Runden werden. Gucken wir mal. Aber da geht es, wie gesagt, am Montag 20 Uhr auf Twitch wieder weiter. Und in dem Sinne wünsche ich euch eine gute Nacht, ein schönes Wochenende. Und habt euch lieb. Passt auf euch auf, bleibt gesund und wir sehen uns vielleicht am Montag.